Hey everybody, welcome to Valheim. I am doing a tutorial today to kind of get new players started on their first couple of days. I'm going to just play through a day or two, and as I am doing things, I'll try and explain what I'm doing and why, and maybe give you some advice on where you need to go after that. So here we go, we're starting the game. And this is an existing character I have. We are on the character selection screen, so when you come in here for the first time, you're going to press the new button to create a new character. And over here on the left, you can customize the character. I'm just going to use a male, and I'll leave the skin tone as it is. I do want to change the hair. And if you want to see how the hair looks, just left click and turn your character around so you can see the back. Well, several different options that you can use. Then you can give them a beard. A lot of options here. Alright, we're going to use the royal beard. I'm not going to change the hair tone or the blondness. Let's enter a name. So now we've created our character. So if we had multiple characters, we could just switch between them using these arrow keys. So here's our character, and we're going to press start. And this is the world selection screen, and from here we can create a new world, or we can go into an existing world. Now these are worlds that I have created with other characters. And I can go into that with my new character. You can actually bring one of your existing characters into the world you're about to create, so you're not limited to just the one world. Typically, I just create one world for one character, but you can actually do whatever you want. So it's pretty interesting. So let's create a new world. I'm going to name it Tutorial. And, oop, what did I do there? I pressed the wrong button. Let me get out of there. Okay, so I'm going to enter tutorial. And then I'm just going to use whatever seed was generated. That's kind of random. You can type anything you want in there for the seed name. You can put your name, you can put your address, whatever you want. And that is going to control how the world is generated. It gets dynamically generated when you start. And it also controls the terrain of your world, the biomes or zones, you could call them, where the bosses are and where the traders are, things like that. So we're just going to use this. So you can see here it's tutorial. And one other thing to let you know, there is a world modifier button here. You can select that. Everything has defaulted to normal settings for this world, and that's what we're going to do for the tutorial. But you can change these when you're playing if you want. You can make it harder or easier. I'm not going to go through all these. I just wanted to show it to you so you would know it was here. I would recommend, if you've never played before, to use the normal settings. So we're going to press start. And right now, we've got the loading screen, and it's going to be fairly long because it's generating your new world. So if you were to log out later and come back in, it's going to load much quicker. Just because it's generating the world, that's a little bit slow right now. So after it generates, you're going to see the intro scroll up. It's going to be like 3 paragraphs that kind of tell you why you're here, why you're on Valheim, or rather why your character is. And I'll let you read that, and then we'll be getting into the game. I'm really glad you decided to try out Valheim. It is such a good game. It's a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it. I don't think it will be too much longer. So we are basically being born again. Odin is bringing us back to life to fight his enemies on the Valheim world. So this is the Valkyrie, and he's flying us to our spawn point. We're flying over the world right now in the middle of a storm. So when you're playing Valheim, it's divided into multiple biomes. I mean, they're spread out all over the map. It's a huge map, and they range from easy difficulty to very hard difficulty. And we are going to be starting in the meadows, and this is the easiest biome. So here we go. We're in the meadows. It's day 1, early morning. All around us, you're seeing the sacrificial stones for each boss, for each biome that is available in Valheim. We have meadows, black forest, swamp, the mountains, the plains, and the mistlands. And soon they'll be releasing the Ashlands. So the first thing we're going to do is start gathering resources. And as we gather new resources, the name of it will flash across the screen. And if there are any recipes that are open because of that resource, those will display also. So I've got some food in here. That was the raspberry. I'm going to put it up here. Actually, I don't need to put it there now because I only have one, but I'm going to eat it. I'm going to right-click it. And you can see it gives us 7 health and 20 stamina. This is what we're wearing, the rag tunic. And you would right-click it to equip it. And then right-click it again to unequip it. You see I don't have anything on. And now I'm wearing it. Now this bar, these numbered boxes right here, that's your hot bar. So whatever you put in those boxes will respond to that numeric key. So if I press a 1, I've equipped my torch. If I press it again, it's going to get put up. Let me get some more raspberries. Should be some mushrooms around here. Yep, so I'm going to put that on my bar. I'll go ahead and put that one there too, now that I have more than one. One other thing I wanted to talk about in here. This stone here, the Vegfasir stone, you'll find one of these in each of the different biomes, and it will register on your map the location of the altar for the boss of that biome. So we're in the meadows biome right now. And if I were to go over here, there would be a stone circle with an altar in the middle. And you would make an offering there, and that would bring in Eikthyr, who is the boss, and you would fight him. And if you win, you will get his head, and you'll bring it back to his stone. This is the stone for the meadows, and you would put it on this hook. And then you would get a special ability, which is pretty exciting. The boss fight's exciting. Getting the ability is kind of cool. So that's basically what you'll be doing in each of the biomes, if that's what you want to do. I mean, you don't have to fight the bosses. It's open world pretty much. So what I'm going to be doing is gathering resources. I want wood. I want stone. I want to get berries. Eventually, I want to get some boar and deer. I need some flint. So we're going to start looking for all of that. And we're going to keep an eye out for a building that's already made so we can use it for a temporary shelter, temporary base. If we can't find one, then we'll have to create a little shelter. We'll just see what we come upon or don't come upon. All right, let's get some wood. More stone. I'm just pressing E to pick it up. I can punch these little trees and get wood from them. You can also find wood on the floor as you're running around. Yeah, we got resin. And now we can make a torch. See if we can make anything. I'm going to press tab and open up the inventory and our initial crafting menu. I can make a stone axe. You see how it's highlighted in white? I can make any of these because I had the materials for them. We'll make a hammer. I can make a torch, but I already have one, so I'm not going to make one right now. I'm going to put the axe down here, and I'm going to put this one here. That's where I like to have them. So let's keep going. I'm going to equip the axe. And there, I improved my skill. As you're doing things, your skill can increase. Oh good, there's some water down here. I like being near the water. You know, you can actually, in Valheim, create ships. You can get a raft. That's the first thing you can create. And then eventually you get a carve. And then I think it's a longboat that comes after that. And you can go sailing and explore. It's a lot of fun, and it can also be dangerous. I'm sure you will find out what I mean. So I've eaten 2 types of food so far. I've eaten raspberries and mushrooms. Each one of those give you different values in regards to your health and your stamina. So in the lower left part of the screen, you'll see the raspberry and the mushroom displaying, and then there's an empty box right above it. That means I can eat another kind of food. You can only eat 3 different types of food at one time. So I could eat some boar meat, some deer meat, maybe some neck meat. And when it's flashing, that means you can eat another one of those items. So I'm going to press 8 and eat another raspberry. If I press 7, see, it won't let me because I've already just eaten one recently and it's not flashing. And if you look at these, you can see the mushroom gives you 15 health and 15 stamina. And the raspberries give you 7 health and 20 stamina. So what you're going to end up doing... Oops. Let me get my... Sorry, I had to pause it for a second. My phone was going off. I had an alarm. Alright, so you're going to have to manage your food and determine what are the best combinations that you want to eat to give you the health and stamina ratio that works for you. See that yellow bar under my character? That's the stamina bar. So I'm going to get some flint down here. And if you run out of stamina, you can't move. You can swim in Valheim. You want to work on your swim skill because that means you have better swim skill. You can swim across wider rivers. So that can be important. You run out of stamina while you're swimming, your health will start going down. And once your health goes down all the way, if you're not out of the water yet, you're going to drown. Don't forget about that. That's why I like to practice swimming. I just do it every once in a while. I'm not swimming all the time. Let's get these mushrooms. Alrighty. I think I want to get a club. I'm just getting a little more wood so I can make a club. I just hit tab to bring this menu up. Now we have our club. Alright. You hear that barking noise every once in a while? Those are deer. And either on this day or the next day, I will show you how to get some deer in early game without a bow. Alright, here's some boar. These guys are good for boar meat and leather scraps, which the leather scraps are very important. So's the boar meat, actually, because it's going to be used in good recipes for food later on in the game. For now, we're just going to be cooking it for some early game food. I'm getting the berries. I know I'm going to need that. Let's check out this little shack here. We might use this to sleep in tonight. Looks a little too small. Yeah, I'm not going to use that. Now, a lot of time you'll find abandoned shacks, and sometimes there'll be chests in there, and you can find flint arrows in there, or you can get feathers or some treasure. So definitely explore the shacks that you find. Did I see one up here? I'm not sure. Nope, I don't think so. I can jump a little better. Do you see that bird that just flew away? Once you get a bow, you can shoot them and then get feathers from them. And the feathers will be useful for making different types of arrows. So the first type of arrow that you can make is a wood arrow. And you don't actually need feathers for them. But after that, you'll be learning how to make flint head arrows and fire arrows, and then all sorts of other arrows, and you will need feathers for those. Those are next over there. So I wanted to show you, I came in the water, and now in the upper right, there's a wet buff for 2 minutes. So when you have that wet buff, your stamina does not regenerate as fast. So you can always throw down a campfire and get rid of it if it's not raining. Can I make a campfire? I'll show you. I'm also going to go ahead and cook a little meat. I'm going to put this cooking station up here. Press E, and I'm cooking my boar meat. You can't leave your meat on the cooking station, because if you do, it will turn to coal. You can use coal later on in the game, but not right now. We don't want to be burning our food if we don't need to. He's scared of the fire. That's why he's not coming right up here. The boars are scared of fire. I think the necks are too. But he'll come after us as soon as we start moving around or destroy the fire. You gotta be careful of these guys when you're a brand new player, because they can kill you. I mean, they're actually pretty weak. Alright, I'm gonna destroy this. I'm just gonna hit the middle mouse button while I have the hammer equipped. And I get my resources back. So I'm gonna press 2 to equip the club. It's on my hotbar in number 2. And then we got him. He's a grayling. You'll see him all the time. He and his brothers will come attack you. Let's get these guys. He didn't know. Now see, now that I've got something equipped as a weapon, you can see some options in the lower right for the mouse. It tells you what to use. I don't know why he's not hitting me. The dodge. You can roll dodge. Left click to hit them and attack. And then you right click to block. And you block and hit the space bar to dodge and roll. Alright, we need to start looking for a place to live for the night. Let's see if we can get this guy here. Can't resist it. I'm going to sneak over there. Oh, he smelled me. They might smell me. That's the deer making that noise. I ran out of stamina. But sneaking around up on a deer like that is how you will get them early game before you get a bow. I mean, I do it all the time. So we'll show it to you in a little bit. I'm going to look for a little... Here's a prefab house right here. It's an abandoned home. We'll get it ready to spend the night in real quick because Valheim days are pretty short. It's 21 minutes altogether. We need to make sure we have some wood for a bed and a workbench. I want to get a little bit more wood. Here he is. These guys are actually pretty good to practice your skills with. You can actually level up your blocking skill with them. You know, all your weapon skills with them. And they're always around. So if you just do a few at a time, you'll slowly get your skills up. I'll show you the skill tree in just a minute. I'm gonna get a little more wood. Here we go, that's probably enough. I'm just gonna hop in here. I really like using bigger places than this, but we'll have to make do with this right now. So I hit the tab. I'm gonna, actually I equipped my hammer and then I right-clicked and brought up the crafting menu. So you have to create a workbench. You need 10 pieces of wood for that. And we're gonna put it inside here. Let me put it on this side. See, it's so small. Hard to even see what we're doing in here. Alright, I'm gonna eat something. Let's put these up here. And now that I've created that, I'm going to put my bed in here. Well, I'll wait. Let me destroy this thing here. It'll make a little more room. When you find an old bed like this, you can destroy it with your axe. Now I'm going to put a new bed, because I can't use those old ones. See all these recipes flying across? That's because I created the workbench. I've got a lot of new things that I can make. I'm going to claim this bed. So now if I die, I'll come here. I won't go back. I won't resurrect at the spawn point that we came in on. We'll come in to our base. And now you can use your bed to sleep the night away, but you have to have a campfire near it. It has to be like within 3 blocks, I believe. I'm come in here, I'm going to shut the door. Now I want to patch up this hole here, so I'm going to equip my hammer, right click to bring up the building menu. Go into the building tab, and I'm going to pick, I think this is what it is, the thatch roof 45. Yep. And now I'm going to repair everything. So I'm going to select this hammer and then just left click on all the existing walls and the roof to repair it and make it strong again. We want to make sure it's a strong building that we're living in case we get attacked. Because you do get raids periodically. In each biome you can get raid. So in the meadows, the raid will consist of boars, the necks, and the greylings. They'll all come and attack you, and you'll get quite a lot of them coming at you. So you're going to want to make sure you have a strong shelter. You can actually put a stake wall around your home which will give you some protection. And they're pretty cheap to build. It's 4 pieces of wood. And then you can just put a ladder to get in and out of it, or you can put one of these gates if you want. I don't know how strong the doors are, so I just use the ladder to get in and out of it. Let me put a torch in here so we can actually see. I just did that by right-clicking. You have to be holding the hammer, right-clicking, selecting furniture, and then I selected the torch. And it's made out of 2 wood, 2 resin, and you have to have the workbench. There we go. Why is it? Oh, it's outside because it's too tall. Let me redo it. There we go. Now we can see. So at nighttime, when it's really night, see how I got the cold buff up there next to the rested buff? When it's cold like this, your stamina regeneration is going to be worse. So you're not going to really want to be running around at night. So I'm going to sleep for the night. I'm just going to press E. And then when we get up, we'll continue talking about things that we can be doing. Now, if there were enemies lurking around your base, you would not be able to go to sleep. You would have to go out and deal with them or wait for them to go away. If they go away. Alright, so we're on day 2. Good morning. Alright, so in the upper right hand side of the window, you'll see the rested buff and the comfort 4 buff that's up there. So the rested buff is a buff that you have that will let you, when you're running around and doing stuff, it will help your stamina generation. And the comfort buff affects the time of your rested buff. So if you have a higher level of comfort, the time rested duration will be longer. So it's a really good buff to have. If you're outside and running around and that rested buff disappears, you can throw down a campfire and end up with a comfort 1 buff. Sit there for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then you'll get the rested buff of 8 minutes. So it's pretty simple to do, and it's definitely a good thing to have. Alrighty, so let's get going. I'm going to come over here and look at my workbench. This little icon here is the repair button. You just press on it, and anything that is craftable by the work menu or your initial menu that you open with the tab in your inventory can be repaired by the workbench. And it's free, it doesn't cost you anything. You can also upgrade armor, anything that you've made in here, pretty much, except for arrows and things like that. You can upgrade your armor and your equipment. So if I wanted to upgrade for some reason, I'm not going to do that. Let's say the club or the hammer. If I want to upgrade these, I'm going to need a workbench 2 level. Our workbench is a level 1, but we need a 2 to upgrade it. And we need a piece of wood and some stone, which we do have. So let me upgrade this. Let me see what I need to upgrade the workbench. I'm going to equip my hammer. Right click. Come over here to the crafting tab. Here's the workbench. That's what we used to create it. Next to it is the chopping block, and it says it's a workbench improvement. So if we make this, we'll be able to upgrade that workbench to a level 2. And then we can upgrade our hammer. And we need 10 wood and 10 flint. It says that at the bottom. So let's go ahead and create that because we have the resources. And now we need to put it down. Let's put it over on this side. See, if it were red, you can't place it there. Once it's not red, you can put it down. I just did the left button to put it down. So now it's upgraded. Come over here. We're in the upgrade tab. Make sure you're in the upgrade tab, because very frequently I think I'm in it and I'll create something that I've already got. So be careful with that. Select what you want to upgrade and then press upgrade. So now our hammer is a level 2. You can see it over here next to it when you're looking at it in your inventory. My club is a 1. My axe is a 1. My hammer's a 2. I'm not going to upgrade the axe because I would prefer to have a flint axe. It's a little better. And for that you need 6 flint. And I don't have any flint, so we'll need to get some for that. A flint knife is a good weapon. I like to use that. You can use the club if you want. That's a good weapon. I've started using the knife recently, so I'm going to create a knife. I like to use that. Another thing you might want to create is a wooden shield. If you do create a shield, and I recommend it, especially for new players, before you actually create it, hit this style button and pick the style that you want. I always forget to do this, but you can make it look like this, you know, and then create it. And if we want to create that, we need some leather scraps, and that's where we get that from the boars. And for the flint knife, we're going to use leather scraps and flint. A lot of people love the spear. You might want to try that out. It's a very good weapon. For us to get the bow, we need the boar leather scraps also. So we do need a lot of boar. So we'll start looking for boar. I'm going to go ahead and make the hoe. We have the materials for that. That's very helpful when you're trying to do building. And I might show you how to use that in a little bit. Let's see here. I think that's it. So let's get out of here. I'm going to check my food. I need to eat. See how this is about to run out. This one's flashing. I could go ahead and renew that. So I'm just going to right click on them up here. Which one? Yeah, that one. So now we're ready to get out. Looks like it's foggy today. I think I had one more piece of boar meat that I could cook. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need to carry that around. Alrighty, let's get this boar, because that's what we're looking for. Alright, got some leather scraps. Get back over there to get my food. I don't want it to burn. You can see your bed on the map now. This is going to be your spawn point. You can have multiple beds on your map, but only the one that is your spawn point will show up on the map. Now, I do recommend that you put a separate icon, such as the little house, for your base, so you can always find your base. Because if you put your active spawn point somewhere else, you know, when you're exploring, you may not be able to find your base. So make sure you do mark it on the map. Alright, we're looking for flint and we're looking for some boar. We do want to get some deer because we'll get deer hide, and we can make leather armor from them, which is a better armor than the rags. We're wearing a rag tunic, and I don't really want to make the rest of the rag clothes. There's really no need to. Alright, he wants to fight. We'll practice our blocking. Gotta get the time in. Not always easy to get right. Now, when you kill something, everything doesn't drop right below him. You know, like if I were to kill a boar, some of his resources will drop out a little ways, and you'll have to keep an eye out for that and make sure you pick everything up. Almost looks like rain. And so we're just picking up as we go along. Did you hear that? I could hear some deer barking, so we may be able to get some soon. There, I increased my blocking skill. Did I go over that? I don't think I did. I'm going to hit the tab key. I'm going to press on this skill button over here. These are your list of skills. And so the bar in yellow is your current skill level. This is how far you've progressed before you're going to hit your next skill level. So like my wood cutting, I need to come all the way across to get to level 8. But right now, my progress is right here. And I would say typically when you want to be between 10 and 15 in your skills before you start going after the Meadows boss, especially for new players. I mean, if you were to watch some of the pros, I mean, I think they go over there very quickly. But they're just so good at their fighting skills. You know, they can do that. Alright, so now there is a beehive. Beehives are great to get because they make honey, and honey can give you really good stamina. So I'm going to show you an easy way to get the... Usually you can just use a bow and shoot it down. That's what I typically do. You don't have one, you can throw down a workbench. Equip your hammer. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get rid of him. Let me show you what the bees do if I get too close. He's gonna attack me. Oh! Yeah, they attacked me. There went my health, right? They gotta be careful around the bees. But, so I can equip my hammer. I right-clicked and put it in repair mode. So now I can hit the middle mouse button and start destroying this building. And I'll get the wood from it. But once I've destroyed whatever's keeping that beehive up, it's gonna fall. Did it fall? It sure did. So now we got the bees, we got the queen bee, we got some honey, and the recipe on how to make a beehive. So if you look at the honey, it gives you 35 stamina, which is very good. So you definitely want to put that on your bar. And these are good foods to have beginning game. Actually, I would probably switch this out with some deer meat once we start getting deer, and I would use the boar meat, the deer meat, and the honey. You may decide you want a different combination. Now see this chest here? You can often find these in the abandoned buildings. You can find them in little tower structures around, and definitely go check them out because you can get feathers, flint, treasure, arrows. It's a good way to get some good stuff. Alrighty. So we are still looking for boar. If we can get a deer, we'll go for a deer. Ooh, that's the Black Forest. We don't want to go in there. I'm not going over there. We're not ready to go in there. Take this down. That should give me my wood back. Let's see. It's so foggy. It's a foggy day. It should burn off eventually. Alright, we're not going to the Black Forest. Alright, I heard a deer. Where is he? There he is. Now the wind is blowing behind me and going towards the deer. So he would probably smell me if I kept going at him that way. So I'm going to come over here and try and come up behind him. I'm going to crouch. That's the C button for you. I remapped it to a different key on my PC. Oh, there's one there too. See if we can get him. Uh-oh, he's coming this way. See that little white icon in the middle of the screen? That shows up once you start crouching. And if it opens up, that means they see you. If it looks like an eye, that means they definitely sense you. Either them or another creature around you. Let me see if I can get them. I got him. So now we got some deer meat. We got some leather, some deer hide. We got the recipes for the leather armor. For all sorts of things. So that's how you get your deer early game. Before you get a bow. Uh-oh, we got some gray dwarfs. These are from the Black Forest. And we are not ready to fight them. You're a newbie. You want to just run from them. Once you got a little more armor and you feel like you're fighting decently, go ahead and get them. I can try and get one if you want. It might make for some fun. I might die. I might not. Uh-huh. Is that another one? Oh, yeah, I've got 2 more on me. Alright. So if your health is going down when you're fighting them, just run away a little bit and wait for it to come back up. Same thing for your stamina. Oh, I don't have a shield. I forgot about that. Alrighty, I'm gonna run over here. Keep an eye on your health. Keep an eye on your stamina. Got him. Got you. Alright, we got them all. Now we just have the grayling. Sometimes I swear I think that he goes and gets the dwarves. Because sometimes they probably don't. But it just seems that way, you know. You'll be out and about and you'll see a grayling who will turn around and walk off. And then a little later some dwarves will come up and it's like, I know he went and got them. Alright, let's see what we got. Let's get back to base. I didn't get very many deer hides, so we probably won't make any... well, we're not going to make any leather armor. I think you need 6 in order to make a piece of leather armor. But I think you get the gist of it, what you need to do. Right? So you're going to start hunting the deer, sneak up on them initially until you get your bow. Make sure you know which way the wind's blowing and just be quiet when you're sneaking up. Don't let your stamina run out or you'll stand up and he'll see you. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy. There's 2 here. Usually when you hit one, the other one runs. You see how the wind's blowing straight at us? I'll let my stamina come up. Oh, he ran. I almost got... but he came back at us. Yeah, that one did. Let's see if the other one will. Sometimes they'll run back towards you. Where'd he go? Oh, he's way over there. Let's see if we can see where he's going. He may come back. Though I doubt it. Oh, he stopped over there. And I don't think his health is going to regenerate right away. You know, we can get over here. Yeah, we got him. All right, so we got some deer meat and some deer hide. Let's see if we can get this guy. Nope. They're too fast to really run up on. The boars, you can do that too. They're just going to try and fight back. I get everything. Yeah, I don't see anything floating. If he's still running around. I can't see where he's going. Alright, so I think our little base is right over here. Based on the map. Here we are. So let's cook some of this food up. I'm going to put another station on here. Now, as you see, when you look in that menu, we can make a raft now. We can go sailing if we want. That's kind of cool. This is the stake wall I was telling you about that you can put around for defense. You can just put them next to each other and go all the way around. Which wood do I have? 30. So I need to eat. No, just eat the raspberry. I'm going to eat these 3. Alrighty. I'm not going to cook everything. Alright. Let's go in here and check out our place. I think our torch went out. Didn't we put a torch down? It must be getting blocked by the roof. Alright, so we're just gonna go to sleep then. This is gonna be the 3rd day, I think. I'm almost done. Alright, it's a new day. That little thing is in my way. I'm gonna have to try and hop over it. Nope. Chopping block. I'm gonna just destroy it and then recreate it. And I'm gonna try and move it over a little more. It was in my way. Okay, let's repair. So you see now I have enough materials for the wood shield. I can make the flint knife. Let's see how many I have. 7. So I should be able to make both of these. So let me pick a style. I'm going to craft that. I'm going to make my knife. I can upgrade my knife. If I want to upgrade my shield, I need some more leather scraps. So that's basically what you need to know about using the workbench, how to make your armor, how to make your equipment. I did want to show you how to make the beehive because these are great to have. So if you got a new little starter place like this, just put them up on top if you want. And if you press E and it says they're happy, then they're in a good location. You could probably get 3 or 4 up here. You can't put them too close to each other or too close to certain types of structures, and they'll say they're unhappy or they need more room. And then you know you need to move them. But they're happy, and they'll start generating honey, and that's very good for the beginning game and also for recipes as you move along in the game. So you definitely want to get any bees you find. I think for me, I usually will get about 4 beehives. I don't need any more for that. You know, single player, that usually generates plenty of honey for me. And I think the max they do at a time is 4. So I think within a day or two, they'll have generated 4, and you can just harvest it, and then they'll make 4 more. So I think that is everything that we really needed to talk about. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and that you get a lot out of it. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It would help me a lot. And so I'll catch you in the next one. Happy gaming.